I'm here today to talk to you about child abuse and child neglect. So far, there's been a total of 1,484 fatalities. That means 2.4 children per 100,000 children have died from child abuse and neglect. The most vulnerable are the ages 4 and under, with 1 year old being about 46.5% of those who have died, and under 3 years account for about 3/4 of those. Um, they're most vulnerable. Is probably one of the reasons that they have more fatalities. They can't defend themselves. They have the inability to stand up for themselves. In 2013, 71.4% died from mothers' treatment alone. There's really not any type of person per se that there's no perpetrator, or it can come from upper class, it can come from middle class, it can come from working class families, it can come from people who've been raised that way from their ancestors to their parents, and it can come from drug abuse, alcohol abuse. It can come from depression, or just sometimes for people that it's just too much for them to burden. But one thing that we need to do is always be aware of the signs, how children are acting if they're withdrawn, how their grades are doing, how they act around other people, how their families are, and not have such a closed eye to when we think people are hurting children, because maybe they really are. And it's better to be embarrassed than to be sorry. So, yeah, there's a lot of reasons. There's no reason in particular for child abuse or neglect. Sometimes it's just too much of a burden. There's a lot of teens that have babies that aren't ready for it, or single parent marriages or relationships that break up, or financial stresses. But knowledge is power, and if you ever see anything like that, you do need to turn them in, talk to, you know, their teachers, or law enforcement. It's up to us to save our future and to save our children. So thank you, and have a good day. Bye bye.